Sad times in the real world. My cat's 21 years old and it looks like he's not going to make it to 22. So that's sad. And there's also matter of work. Thought we were going to be finishing on the 21st of December. Now it looks like it's going to be the 23rd. And we've had a COVID scare at work these past couple of days. So yeah, it's not great. But we're here to escape reality for half an hour or so. Because we are watching Batman the Animated Series. This time, Season 1, Episode 29. Last week, we watched Batman Begins, basically. Because the villain was Scarecrow. And his plot was to dump his fear gas, or fear toxin, into the city's water supply and then gas the entire city. Which is basically what happened in Batman Begins. Spoilers if you've not seen it. I don't know why you wouldn't have though. It's a 15-year-old movie. So, and if you're watching this, you've got to be a fan of Batman. And how can you be a fan of Batman if you've not watched a 15-year-old Batman movie? Then again, I haven't really seen Batman 66, so yeah, maybe I shouldn't be talking about that. But yeah, last week we had Scarecrow episode, and a Scarecrow episode again, the third one so far. And a ton of cameos as well. We got cameos from Robin, Joker, Penguin, Poison Ivy, Two-Face. Batman was put through the ringer in his hallucinations. I wonder if we'll get another episode of that quality this week, but I'm not sure. One thing about this show is it's very inconsistent. It's not sometimes you'll get good episodes, sometimes you'll get bad episodes. Well, not necessarily bad episodes, just episodes that are not as good as others. So that's the thing with every show, though. Really, I'm not gonna mess with my hair because someone put in the comments on one of my latest videos at this time. Someone put in comments on my videos saying that I mess with my hair too much, so I'm going to try and not mess with my hair this video, even though it looks kind of crap. But yeah, that's not messing with my hair. I had an itch on my forehead, so the second I mess with my hair in this video, I fail the challenge. And in order to succeed in this challenge, means I need to spend as little time as possible just yammering on at the beginning of videos like I've tended to do recently. So shall we just get into Batman the Animated Series, Season 1, Episode 29, starting now! Bring it to me. What are you? Eternal Youth. Okay, that's slightly ominous. Doesn't really give away the villain, so that's good. Or does it, though? No! I recognise those boots, then. Poison Ivy is back!
You and your kind owe Mother Nature a big debt, and I'm going to see that you pay it.
I don't care how much money we'll lose. I won't have Wayne Enterprises involved in an operation that destroys a rainforest. Shut it down or you're gone. One of my greedy directors made a deal with a slash and burn outfit in the Amazon.
It says here you just won $10 million.
That's nice.
You also received a tape from some enterprise called Eternal Youth. So I had a look.
Okay. Who is this, then?
Maggie.
Hello, love.
But if you and Alfred would like to go in my place. I thought they said it was free.
They did. Oh, Alfie, don't be an old fogey.
Alfie?
A little fresh air would do us both some good.
It's quite out of the question.
Bye!
Being Shanghai.
Okay.
Here you'll find demetrite in the food, the water, even the air you breathe at night.
What a relaxing thought.
Don't eat it, Alfred. Don't drink it either.
Quite refreshing, actually.
No, Alfred! No!
I'll search your penthouse.
Good luck. We put that place under a microscope, and all we got was ice cream. Maybe your back
Open.
radar can...
Yeah, he's gone. You close your eyes for a second and he's gone. Really? Under a microscope? And you didn't see this.
To a free weekend at the Eternal Youth Spa.
Batman's on it already. Didn't take long.
When I return, I'll be feeling like a new man.
Either if he returns, or yes, he will be a different man when he returns. Oh, is he? Is he actually back? They actually came back.
What the?
Oh, Jesus. What have you done, Alfred?
What's that?
Special spa water, sir. With a drop or two of Dr. Demeter's formula. Wonderful stuff, this demetite.
Bye-bye.
Alfred,
Yeah. Lovely little view, that. And bear in mind, I expect a billionaire to have the best view.
I've just been thinking about going back to the spa. How did you know?
That's all I've been thinking about since I got home.
computer
Oh, dear.
equal amounts of the enzyme to human plasma.
Wow! Oh, dear.
I say, what is this?
No! Don't do this. There'll be trees. Yeah, of course. Everyone knew that already. Do you reckon Batman knows it's poison ivy, or does he still need to work that out? Those are mad sharp if you can just do that. And he throws those at people.
Poison ivy. Only you would identify yourself with Demeter, the Greek goddess of plants.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
The secret of eternal youth.
Yeah, you freeze them in time. Yo! Human trees. Just screwed up. You fucked up. Doesn't he have to drink the Demeter first? Oh, that's what they're spraying him with.
I coated my outfit with an herbicidal antidote.
Keep spraying!
Oh, she's screwed. The henchmen never last long. Henchwomen, even. Eh,
Look what you've made me do to my poor defenseless tree!
you just shot it.
The enzyme!
Ooh. Is this the part where she becomes like a supernatural poison ivy? That's a hell of a tree. But all the people who are still inside, yeah. Really? How did they survive?
Bruce, please. The plant. Must you?
Maybe I'd better leave this outside.
A nice man. But sometimes not too bright.
Yes. That was a good one. It was a lot of fun. Poison Ivy officially enters the select category of recurring villains. She is the third villain to have appear in multiple episodes in an actual villainous role. I shouldn't say multiple episodes, in multiple stories in the main villain role. Because obviously we've had two-parters in the past. So yeah, it's Joker, Scarecrow, and now Poison Ivy. It was a fun little episode. Alfred's apparently got a girlfriend. That was weird, but it's fun. It's fun either way. I mean, she came out of nowhere at all. The part I was most shocked at was the part where it turned the people into trees. That's screwed. Like, obviously, at the beginning, it just showed the woman, like, freezing in place. But I thought that's just how they stayed. Eternal youth, as in they just stay frozen in time. But then again, I guess being eternal trees, I suppose, is eternal youth, but not gonna lie, when I saw the title Eternal Youth, I thought the villain was gonna be Ra's al Ghul, maybe, because of the Lazarus Pit. But no, I'm happy with Poison Ivy coming back. She was using the extract from the trees, calling it Demeter, the Greek goddess of plants. Obviously, DC follows Greek mythology, whereas Marvel follows Norse mythology. Hence, Thor. I prefer Greek mythology myself. When I was growing up, I used to go on a lot of holidays to Greece, so I like my Greek mythology quite a bit. In fact, you've probably heard me say in the past that I'm making a comic book that is going to be based in Greek mythology a lot. So, yeah, that's a lot of fun. Poison Ivy, he actually called her an eco-terrorist, or eco-terrorist, should we really say, but yeah, he actually called her an eco-terrorist, which is what she is. She's going after a bunch of rich official people who are basically destroying wildlife. Well, not wildlife, nature, shall we say. Yeah. And she was on to Bruce Wayne, even though the first time he actually heard about that operation, he immediately shut it down, saying he didn't want to be part of something that destroyed a rainforest. So yeah, obviously Poison Ivy didn't pick up on that phone call. And then there was the two henchwomen, Violet and Lily, appropriately named after plants, of course. But then again, they didn't last long, did they? But that tree at the end, when the enzyme fell into the ground and the giant tree came up, we found somehow all the tree people and the henchwomen got caught in it, still alive somehow. But where's Poison Ivy? We didn't see what happened to her. Like, the last we saw, she was getting flung up into the air by her avatar tree, but we didn't see what happened after that. Like, we didn't see her getting arrested. Is she presumed dead? But she's definitely not dead. I keep waiting for the part where she's gonna, because she's very much a human right now, who has who's obviously obsessed with plants, and somehow, obviously in the first episode we saw her, she's made friends with plants that are actually alive, giant living plants. But I'm waiting for the part when she actually becomes the supernatural Poison Ivy that we see in, like, the Arkham games, should we say. Because obviously I live on planet Earth, and I know that she eventually does become that supernatural one, with a change in appearance, should we say, a redesign of appearance. I'm waiting for that moment. This show produces several different types of episodes. There's episodes when it's not necessarily about the villain, but it's got a special message, like Never Too Late, should we say, or Appointment in Crime Alley, where it's got a beautiful story and it's not about the villain. There are other stories where the villain is just written so beautifully, like the Two-Face story arc, the two-parter, and then there's just episodes where we're just going up against the villain who's got a plot of the week and ends up beating him, like this episode or last week's episodes, and most of the Joker episodes. Well, pretty much all of them so far. All of them are good. All of them are written so well. This show is so well written for its time as well. 92, or probably 93 by the time this episode came out. This show is timeless. People will still be watching it in 100 years' time, probably. And it'll still probably hold up. Because it still holds up even today. Somehow Batman had time to whip up an antidote for the thing, and he covered his whole suit in it. Even though it technically should still be going on his face. I've always wondered that about Batman's suit. Why not cover this part as well? Like, you desperately don't want people to discover your identity, so why not cover this part as well? I don't know, that's been Batman's design since the 30s, so who can say why that design is a thing? Obviously, this show goes into a lot of stuff that maybe could be considered not appropriate for kids back then. It could be, because people are a lot more sensitive now. The human trees, that wouldn't be a thing in today's cartoons. It's a bit dark, but obviously a standard they still held themselves up to in the 90s was obviously no violence against women, because he didn't beat any of the women up this episode. Well, never really. I don't think he's ever hit an actual woman in the show. So at least they've held themselves to that standard. He doesn't exactly send a good message if Batman punches Poison Ivy's teeth out. Once again, a fun episode. They always are. Like whether they're good or bad, it's still a fun way to spend 20 minutes of your time. In the 29 episodes that I've watched, I've never considered any of them a waste of time when I'm watching them. I always have fun. So yeah, I think that's all we've got for this week of Batman. If you want to see the full reaction to this, go over to Patreon for the $3 tier. If you want to see 4 weeks early access, which would take us all the way up to episode 33, go to Patreon for the $5 tier. If you want to see full Nether movie reactions, which should have more content by the time this video comes out on YouTube in 2021, then go over to the $10 tier. Obviously, the higher tier you go up, the more perks you get. For the $5 tier, you get the $5 tier stuff and the $3 tier stuff. If you go for the $10 tier, you get the $10 tier, $5 tier, and $3 tier stuff. So yeah, I've got two $10 patrons right now, Mr. Larry Walker and Brandon Fisher. So yeah, thank you to you two. Thank you for all the patrons I've got. Really, I think I've got a few now. I think I've got like 4 or 5 maybe. But yeah, I'm grateful to every single one of you. Hopefully there's more of you by this point. This comes out on YouTube. But yeah, that's all we've got for this week's episode of Batman the Animated Series. Until next time, we are over and out.